We saw at yesterday's weigh-in for today's bout.
Gentlemen and ladies present, may I have your attention for a moment? We would like to commence the meeting of the minds and the rules for main event between Norberto Sabater and Frank Fletcher. In this state, gentlemen, there is no standing 8 count. That is reserved for the amateurs. However, we do have a mandatory 8 count. So then if a fighter is knocked off of the soles of his feet or draped helplessly across the ropes, the referee will then commence with a 8 count. If a boxer is knocked out of the ring and onto the floor, he will have a 20-second count to get back into the ring unaided by the seconds or anyone else. If he's knocked onto the apron of a ring, he'll have a 10-second count. Our Chief Inspector, Percy Richardson, will share with you the things that the commissioner wants to use in the ring and not in the ring, as well as the conduct of everyone that's expected tomorrow. Percy?
Gentlemen, some of the things that Commissioner Jersey Joe Walcott expects from you is a good conduct in and around the ring during boxing matches in the state of New Jersey. Now, one of the things that we all start off with today will be the elimination of beards. If you have a beard, you will have to have it off by the weigh-in. If you are fortunate to knock your opponent down, you will be directed, and you will go to the furthest neutral corner. You'll be directed by the referee. You will remain there until you are told to come out to resume boxing. We're going to minimize the use of water, just like this young man here. If you were to pour water on his head, all you're going to do is wet up his hair. You're not going to help him. Gentlemen, minimize the use of your water. This is a boxing contest, not an aqua contest. Let's don't go swimming. Now, there are some solutions that are positively tabooed in New Jersey, such as Moncel solution, or any other solution that has an iron base. New skin is taboo in New Jersey. Silver nitrate is taboo in New Jersey. And so is Flex Collodion. If you've got them with you, fellas, leave them in your rooms. Don't bring them even into the dressing room. Now, the things that we have that are coagulants that can be used, and these coagulants will stop a pig from bleeding to death, such as thrombin, avatine, bismuth subgalate, adrenaline chloride 1 in 1,000, styptic balm in a mild form. Pressure is your main key, gentlemen. Pressure and chill, cold. Use these things, and you can stop your fighter from bleeding.
The tail of the tape as Frank the Animal Fletcher and Norberto Sabater get set to square off in this scheduled 10-round middleweight bout. Sabater with the 2-pound weight advantage. As you see, 4-inch height advantage. Fletcher only 5'7", but can punch. 9 knockouts amongst his 11 victories. He's won 11, lost 2, has 1 draw. He has knocked out his last 6 opponents. Bertie Sabater wants to come out and box, wants the fight to go the distance, looking for a decision. He is not a knockout man. He's 19-0, but only 6 victories have come via the knockout route.
And he's got his problems with Fletcher because Fletcher's a pure power and pressure fighter. Although saw with the opening shots.
Told us earlier that he will stand and slug it out, which could be a mistake. Norberto Sabater on the right, Frank Fletcher on the left. Fletcher, 27 years old, out of Philadelphia, and Sabater, 23-year-old from Ponce, Puerto Rico. He's lived in Brooklyn, New York the last 14 years. The referee is Larry Hazard.
Fletcher's an explosive fighter. He's had 6 straight knockouts. He's got confidence. He's got strength. He knows he can come after Norberto Sabater. Sabater knows he can go the distance, but can he stay these first 4 or 5 rounds with the kind of pressure that Fletcher can apply?
Fletcher emerged last year with that surprising victory in the ESPN cable television tournament, highlighted by 3 knockouts in 5 months. His last 2 fights, knockouts over Robert Davis and Sugar Ray Phelps. Fletcher is a southpaw. Sabater has faced southpaws only twice, winning both, one by decision and one by knockout. And a lively crowd here, and it's split down the middle. Fletcher and Sabater each have their following.
So far right now, it's gone down to the wire of the first round, just as Fletcher had predicted. He's going to put a lot of pressure, and Sabater is not taking too many steps backwards. He's not running. He's standing there.
Good body shots by Fletcher. He pushed Sabater along the ropes, and that hurt Sabater with the combination.
He's putting a lot of hurt on Sabater in these early rounds.
1 minute left. Round 1. We're scheduled for 10. And Sabater, as he said he would, is standing in and is looking to slug it out with Fletcher.
That could be a bad mistake. He's getting some very, very heavy body shots, which are going to count in the end. Good left hook by Fletcher. Right on the chin. Another one. Right on the chin of Norberto Sabater. Sabater can take some punishment.
And that is Judy Sabater taking in all the action at ringside. As she told us earlier, finds it very difficult to watch her husband fight. Final seconds of round 1, and we'll be back in a moment. On to round number 2. We'll listen into the corner of Norberto Sabater, his trainer Willie Felice.
Well, listen, you're going too fast. Relax, watch what he does. When he makes a mistake, make him pay for it. I want you to jab, hook, jab, hook in the body, hook all around. You hear? Now, I want you to hook him. Now, when you break out, I want you to step in with a right cross and a hook. You understand what I mean? Like he breaks, the referee breaks him. You step right in fast with a right hand hook. When he's down, you come up with the uppercut. Give him water.
And both Sabater and Fletcher have come out slugging away here in round 2 after Fletcher took round 1.
What a pace they have set for the beginning of the second round. That was all Fletcher at the beginning. Now here comes Norberto Sabater.
Sabater shook Fletcher at the start of the second round. The chant of animal from a portion of the crowd cheering on Fletcher, and the other portion of the crowd yelling Sabater, Sabater.
And they're fighting along the ropes. They're not using the middle of the ring. They don't need anything but that little space. They're right next to each other and punching away. And that kind of pace is all for the animal Fletcher. That's all Fletcher needs. Noberto should get away from them. Raining in on Norberto Sabater as they crouch and punch away from a crouching position.
Halfway through second round, it's been non-stop from the start.
And this is truly a survival of the fittest, because who is stronger is going to walk away from this war.
Survival of the fittest without the rappel. And there's Judy Sabater. And she saw Noberto took a good combination to the head. And Sabater comes right back at Fletcher.
Sabater has got all the guts in the world. He took such a shot, he should have backed up. But he didn't. And here comes Fletcher again.
And that is Fletcher's mother, who has some background in boxing. And Fletcher taking a wicked combination from Sabater.
Sabater landing a thing of beauty, a 4-punch combination landing right on the flush on the face of Frank Fletcher, who seems not to care about Norberto Sabater's punch.
These will be 2 tired fighters following the second round. They have been wailing away from the start, and we're final seconds. Round 2. We open up in round 3. Let's listen to the corner of Frank the Animal Fletcher. You'll hear the voice of his trainer, Sam Solomon.
Now here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. Do a little bit more relaxed this time. I'll make him back up. You understand? Okay? Use the jab a little more often, okay? When you get him with his back to the ropes this time, lead more with the left hand uppercut. Touch him with the jab, left hand uppercut. Touch him with the jab, hook off the left hand.
All right, the words of Sam Solomon. Marty Feldman is the manager of Frank Fletcher, also in the Animals corner.
Well, most of that advice was about a jab. I haven't seen a jab in the first 2 rounds. These guys have been head-to-head, uppercuts, hooks, body shots. There were no jabs thus far.
We have the first round going to Fletcher, the second to Sabater.
I've got the second round even. I just feel that that was half of one and half the other. And if there's anything dividing these 2 fighters, it's a slim point.
And both Fletcher and Sabater just bombing away. No intent at all to slip punches. They're just wailing at each other.
It's a murderous punching show that Fletcher's putting on. But Norberto Sabater seems to be landing more blows, although not as hard.
Halfway through round 3, Marv Albert and the fight doctor, Freddie Pacheco from Atlantic City, New Jersey. This is scheduled for 10. Norberto Sabater and the Animal, Frank Fletcher.
This will not go to 10. I cannot see this fight going to 10. Norberto Sabater's face is puffing up now. It's beginning to look a little puffy.
Low blow, said the referee, Larry Hazard.
Both men have been punching heavily to the body, but they're hooking to the head with such devastating power. You're wondering why one of them doesn't start to feel it more.
Sabater able to counter the hooks of Fletcher. That's Sabater's dad and Noberto's wife, Judy. Fletcher able to land. Sabater goes right back with a combination. Continues to hook to the head.
What determination and courage by Norberto Sabater. They're just taking turns, Mark.
Final seconds of another grueling round. The end of round 3. Well, as we head to round 4, reminder, still time to take part in NBC's Baseball Strike Survey. Let us know who you side with in the dispute. Is it the players or management? Norberto Sabater and Frank Fletcher continue to wail away. It's been non-stop from the first round on. Sabater ranked 15th by Ring Magazine, and Fletcher ranked number 7 of the world.
And that's the first time anybody's backed up. That's the first time anybody's backed up. Frank Fletcher backed up from a straight right hand that Norberto Sabater put in. His right eye's got another right hand. A left hook by Sabater.
And Fletcher's right eye appears to be closing.
Fletcher's right eye is closing. Both eyes from Norberto Sabater are puffing up. They cannot take this kind of punishment.
Not too many people believe that Noberto would stand in and slug away with Fletcher. He said that would be his fight plan, and he's carried it out.
He has certainly stood there. With Frank the Animal Fletcher, nobody would have thought.
Good left-right combination by Fletcher.
And now Norberto looks like he's in trouble. Sabater in trouble. He's going to have to fight back.
Halfway through round 4, Sabater looking to work his way off the ropes.
Sabater on the verge of going over, but he found himself and he's coming back. There's nothing on his punches, however. If Frank the Animal can step back and gather his strength, it will be bad news for Norberto Sabater. Norberto Sabater is wearing out. He's giving ground. Fletcher's coming forth. He's driving him into the ropes.
And that is the bomb of Frank Fletcher, who at one time was an amateur boxing judge. That's Lucille Fletcher. Frank Fletcher's uncle, Dick Turner, one-time welterweight contender in the early 60s. And a look at the Sabater family at ringside.
Norberto Sabater is paying the toll, the inexorable toll of those heavy punches by Frank the Animal Fletcher is paying the price.
And the chant of Animal in these final seconds of the fourth round. Big round for Frank Fletcher. We just saw a big round for Frank Fletcher out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The assault of Fletcher on Norberto Sabater, and he staggered Sabater along the ropes.
It looked like it was all over, but Norberto Sabater has got some kind of courage and some kind of stamina. He came back. We might point out that there are inspectors in each corner listening to the corner. Should the corner complain, should the fighter complain he can't go on, that inspector can stop the fight. That's new to New Jersey.
We are scheduled for 10. The referee, Larry Hazard, the two judges and the referee score the bout, but it is very unlikely that this will go the route. And again, Fletcher comes out, bombing away with left and right on Norberto Sabater. Straight right hand by Sabater was blocked by Fletcher. How do you score it thus far,
Thus far, the Animal is ahead 2-1-1. But I think it's way bigger than the score. This will be academic because the Animal is coming on very strong, and Norberto Sabater doesn't have the punch to keep him off.
This is also a United States Boxing Association title fight. Should they go to 10 rounds, and should the scoring be even at the end of 10, if they finish deadlock, they would go to a tiebreaker, 11th, and then if necessary, a 12th round. That's because it is a USBA title bout. Right hand by Sabater, countering the left hook by Fletcher. And the left by Fletcher. As we hit the halfway point of round 5.
Sabater very, very tired. He can almost not lift his gloves. But don't forget that Frank Animal Fletcher's been doing all this heavy punching, and he's getting arm weary.
Sabater getting the left hand in. Norberto Sabater's dead. Norberto's mother will not even watch the fight until takes the left hand of Sabater.
I'm glad she's not watching this fight.
That left hand by Fletcher was blocked, but he landed the right. And Fletcher looking to move up on his toes as he unlocks the combination. And again, Sabater is in trouble.
A lot of trouble. There's nothing left in his legs. His legs are like spaghetti. He cannot control his legs. Don't forget that Frank Fletcher is pretty tired himself. He can't seem to put away this bothersome and tough Norberto Sabater. What an exhibition of guts Sabater is putting on.
And so we've come to the end of round 5. And this is round 6, and we'll pick up the instructions from the corner of Frank the Animal Fletcher.
Bounce a little bit, you know what I mean? So once you punch yourself out, how you feel, son? Great. Feel good. You look sharp, and the left hand's coming off good, just like I said. I want you to just step around him, touch him with the jab, bounce a little bit this time.
You look sharp. The left hand is working, says Frank Fletcher's trainer, Willie Felice, and it has been working.
Everything he's been doing has been working. Now they're telling him you're in a pattern, stay in that pattern. You hit the left hand, you move over, you throw the right, and then you go back into your pattern. Norberto Sabater looked over at Fletcher, and his eyes went up to the heavens like saying, oh boy, we're going to do some more of this.
Frank Fletcher's early biography, not a pretty story. Street life, back alley brawls, trouble on the street, and then prison, Galway State Prison.
He's a graduate of the James Scott Rehabilitative Boxing Program, as is Braxton and his brother, Tony Braxton. Out of Galway State Penitentiary have come a lot of good fighters. Norberto very puffy under both eyes. You notice those big, angry red welts under both eyes?
And for the first time, things have actually slowed down somewhat.
For the first time, they've had a normal, quiet round. And that's as much a tribute to the effort that they had as to their superb conditioning, but right now, boom, fellas are tired. Fatigued by the, oh, what a left hook, and a right hook to follow, another one.
Well, they did slow down for a spell. As we approach 1 minute remaining, round 6, as Fletcher goes back upstairs, Sabater tried the uppercut, but did not do any damage. Now Sabater trying to hook to the body. Norberto Sabater, 19-0, only 6 knockouts. Not known for his knockout punch, but a fine boxer. However, today he said he would go right at Fletcher, and has stood in.
And you wonder whether that wasn't a big mistake. If he was such a fine boxer, he really should have boxed Fletcher, who is such a devastating puncher and so relentless in his pressure. They should put to rest the critics of Norberto Sabater. Said he didn't have much chin. He had to have some kind of chin to get to 19-0. He certainly got a chin to take Frank the Animal Fletcher's punches.
He propelled himself last October with that surprising upset victory over John LaCicero at the Felt Forum at Madison Square Garden. Final seconds, 6th round.
Put 2 or 3 punches together when you see him in trouble. Okay? And you go.
Last seconds of that last round. Watch Fletcher as he lands his devastating combination to the belly that knocks him over. Knocks Norberto Sabater over. That was a savage body punch.
On to round 7. Norberto Sabater on the left, Frank the Animal Fletcher on the right. Ferdy, how do you score to this point?
So far, the Animal Fletcher's pulled way ahead. 4 rounds to 1-1. 4 rounds, 1-1.
Fletcher ranked 7th by Ring Magazine, ranked 2nd in the United States by Ring Magazine of the middleweight division. Sabater ranked 14th and 11th in the USA by Ring. Fletcher has won 11, lost 2, and has been 1 draw. He's knocked out his last 6 opponents.
That's right. That's all he does.
Norberto's legs are going out from under him, and those heavy body punches, clear body punches, are knocking the flexibility out of his legs.
Norberto Sabater turned pro back in February of 1979 following a successful amateur career. Was the Spanish gloves champion at 17 and 18. He won the New York Golden Gloves. Lost in the finals, in fact, to Alex Ramos, one of the outstanding tomorrow's champions, who will be seen next week on NBC Sports World, going up against Mike Sacchetti.
Frank, keep him backing up.
There's Frank Fletcher's bump.
Oh, nice punch by Sabater. Set Frank the Animal Fletcher back on his heels.
We have a tremendous boxing lineup next week on Sports World, and beginning at 3 o'clock Eastern Time with a special edition of Tomorrow's Champions featuring heavyweight Chris McDonald going against Steve Mormino, followed by Alex Ramos on Sports World along with Johnny Bumpus and Davey Moore. That's next week, next Sunday here on NBC. Fletcher continues his attack on Sabater. Less than a minute remaining in round 7.
They traded hooks just then, and the hook that the Animal landed just reeled Norberto Sabater back. He keeps getting in trouble and fighting his way out of it. It's really getting amazing.
right hand by Fletcher.
That left hook that the animal throws from short distance is a thing of beauty, and it's power pack.
How'd you like to be counting punches here today?
Norberto's face is beginning to bleed. It's beginning to leak blood in the left side under that angry look. A devastating left hook by Fletcher.
And we come to the conclusion of round 7. A look at the face of Norberto Sabater, who has really taken a beating these last few rounds from the animal, Frank Fletcher. This is round number 8, and Fletcher has come on stronger and stronger.
But the interesting thing is that Norberto Sabater still thinks he can win this fight, and they've told him in the corner all you need is these last few rounds to win. They told him the last 2 rounds, there's 3 rounds left.
We're just testing them.
Maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe there is only 2 rounds left.
And Sabater keeps moving right in the path of Fletcher, and he took a good combination.
Taking clean headshots. Norberto Sabater is taking clean headshots, but he comes back fighting for more. It's as if Fletcher just can't find that button that's going to end this.
Fletcher going to the body and then back upstairs. From close quarters, they exchange combination. That time, Sabater slipped along the ropes. The referee, Larry Hazard, breaks the fighters.
Referee Larry Hazard, one of the best ones in this country, is doing a great job in this very difficult fight. You don't even see him in this fight. These 2 guys are just fighting away.
Hazard, the deputy chairman of the physical education department at Arts High School in Newark, New Jersey.
They needed him last night in Boston, where they had a very strange finish to a fight.
Yes, Hazard told us he would not have handled things the same way in the Hagler after Fermo fight.
He was quite correct. Anytime a corner lodges a complaint, the fight is over. You can't keep on arguing while they're working on an eye. Meantime, back in Atlantic City, Fletcher continues his relentless pressure and attack.
As you see, 25 seconds left. This is round 8. We're scheduled for 10. At times, Sabater trying to measure Fletcher, but was counted. Sabater looks like he's fighting with one eye now. Seconds as you hear the chant from Animal Fletcher. There's the animal, Frank Fletcher, 27 years old, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as we head to round 9. And it's been Fletcher decisively.
He just got his instructions from the corner. All to the body this round. Wear out the body. There's a good body shot.
And hooks to the head of Sabater.
5 straight hard punches to the head of Sabater, who game as he is.
Oh, good left hook by Fletcher. And he has Sabater hurt again.
That was 7 unanswered punches right to the head of Sabater. What's holding him up?
It has reached the point where Noberto Sabater has taken a real thrashing.
If it gets dangerous on the ropes, I'm sure Hazard will come in and stop this. There's no way Norberto Sabater can win this fight outside of a knockout. And he doesn't have the punch to put out Frank Fletcher, who is getting fresher by the round all of a sudden when he sees victory in front of him.
You see Hazard checking it over very carefully, then he just stepped away out of the picture. It should be pointed out that Frank Fletcher likes the nickname, the Animal. It is an affectionate tag, and the crowd has been chanting it.
It is in the streets. The animal means he's tough and he comes in and nobody can stop him. That's a euphonious appellation. Here comes Sabater back. Just when you count him out, he comes back. What a fighter Norberto Sabater is. What a prospect for the future. The one thing about this, whoever loses this fight, I don't think will hurt his career off a fight like this, Mark.
Sam Solomon in the corner of Frank Fletcher just made the comment that Sabater has been fighting our fight. This is just what we wanted.
And that's what he got. But look at the way Sabater is fighting back in the last 7 or 8 punches. He's thrown dynamite just then.
Came back with the left hook.
Oh, he's so tired after he throws those punches.
Another good combination by Fletcher.
Put that right hand up, right hand.
He keeps just about losing his mouthpiece, but he keeps just about getting it in when it's falling out. He's so tired he can't keep his mouth closed.
Between rounds 9 and 10, we're going to stay right here and we'll pass on the results of our NBC Baseball Strike Survey. Left hand again by Fletcher as we finish up in round 9. So that's the end of round 9. We're scheduled for 10. And by a good margin.
Yes, by a good margin. His right eye is totally closed, by the way, but he's fighting with one eye but 2 fists. I don't think it makes much difference. Norberto Sabater is trying valiantly to get something going that will pull this fight out for him, but he needs a knockout, and I do not believe he can knock the animal out. What a devastating attack the animal launches as soon as he is hurt. He gets a punch and then he comes back. Now here's Sabater's rally.
Inside, you know what I mean? This is
Let's
your
listen.
fight. This is the last round. Don't relax. Take a deep breath, suck it in. Don't get careless. All right?
Don't get careless, said Sad Solomon, who also pointed out earlier that Sabater is not going down. He said, we'll have to win by decision, so don't take any chances. 10th and final round. We mentioned earlier, should there be a draw at the end of 10 because it's a United States Boxing Association title fight, there would be an 11th round and if necessary a 12th, but the way things have developed, looks to be Fletcher all the way, and Sabater would need a knockout here in round 10, but Fletcher goes right at Sabater.
Look at the attack. It's like the first round.
Well, he certainly took Sam Solomon's advice to heart, not taking any chances at all.
He went right after him. Both the fellas met at mid-ring and they want to finish this before a decision's announced. And let me say, if this turns out to be a draw, I'm leaving town.
Hold it. Get back. Bring him up.
Referee Larry Hazard. That's a push. No knockdown, says Hazard. Marv Albert, Bernie Pacheco from Atlantic City, New Jersey. A matchup of middleweights, Norberto Sabater and Frank Fletcher. Sabater going right at Fletcher from the start, as he said he would. And I'm sure a lot of folks will say afterwards it was a mistake. As it turns out, it looks to be just that. Fletcher still trying to end it here by knockout. And landing combinations on Sabater, who has refused to go down.
Sabater just doesn't know how to do it. He's fighting back.
A last-ditch assault by Norberto Sabater. Amazing stamina by both Sabater and Fletcher to be able to last the 10 rounds. by Frank Fletcher's aunt, Lucille. As you see, less than 30 seconds remaining. 10th final round. It has been a slugfest right from the start. Sabater able to hang in despite the assault by Fletcher from the opening bell, and that is it. Fans on their feet. And the Frank Fletcher portion of the crowd looking for the decision. And we'll be back with the decision in just a moment. Keep in mind the two judges and the referee score the bout. 10 rounds, warlike conditions, as Frank the Animal Fletcher went up against Norberto Sabater. Let's go to the ring for the decision.
Beautiful Sands Hotel Casino here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The scoring as follows. Referee Larry Hazard scores it. Frank Fletcher, 7 rounds. 2 rounds for Sabater, 1 round even. Judge Phil Newman scoring it. Frank Fletcher, 10 rounds. Sabater, 0. Judge Charlie Spina scores it. Frank the Animal Fletcher, 7 rounds. Norberto Sabater, 3 rounds. The winner by a unanimous decision, and the new United States Boxing Association middleweight champion, Frank the Animal Fletcher.
So Frank the Animal Fletcher has won. In fact, one of the judges, Phil Newman, scored it a shutout. Let's go to Ferdy with Frank Fletcher.
Were you surprised the man came to you?
Yes, I was.
Did he hurt you any time?
No, just when he kept butting me.
He kept butting you. Your eyes closed. Did it bother you?
No, it didn't bother me.
Are you ready to fight Braxton, the only man to beat you decisively?
Yes, I am.
You're ready to go anywhere in the middleweights, huh?
That's right.
Good luck. You are an animal, as they said. You have strength and you have courage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's the man.
Unanimous decision for Frank the Animal Fletcher over Norberto Sabater. The referee Larry Hazard scoring at 7-1. And the judges Charlie Spina with the 7-3 count, and Phil Newman calling it a shutout.